Hello and welcome to Kern County. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I've partnered with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for tour mods at Kern County as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 2 Week 12 official series. If you guys can, make sure you hit subscribe. Does a ton to help my channel out. Small time racer here in Wisconsin. I have a late model that I parked for the summer, unless you guys can find me some more sponsorship money. So that my daughter can race go-karts. She's 12. Had a pretty fun weekend last weekend up at Road America. So we'll see what that entails here for the summer. But tour mods here feel pretty similar to super late models, really, in my opinion. It should be a pretty fun week if you guys do get a chance to run. And let's kind of go through this. So we're going to head out on track here. We'll tire heat, gas brake, swerve, left, right. And maybe you guys are thinking, I can't get these inputs like he can. You can head over to my friends at impelmotorsports.com. They're a huge supporter of mine. They're on the back of my car. They have Moza as well as next level sim racing equipment that you guys can get for yourselves and really get yourself into a nice rig. You guys have done a great job. Some of the products are starting to sell out on their Moza stuff, so I'm hoping we can get the remainder of them to sell out before we do a reorder for those. So go high here in 3 and 4 as we get ready to go to our white flag here, which is our fast lap. And then as you can see, I'm nice and tight up against the wall. Kind of the exact same line as what I run in the super late model. You can see the seam on the tire pretty much where the sidewall and the top of the tire hit. And we'll go down the front stretch here. You can see we're already turned in. And as we roll down the front stretch here, we start to turn in here where it gets kind of dark. And it's right where the mini track goes in. That's where we'll turn. We're going to lift and brake at the backside of the mini track, so about 3 or 4 barrels to the end. The black mark on the wall here is a pretty good differentiator. Once you kind of see that lose, that's where that goes away behind the air cleaner. That's where you're really going to want to start to think about it. And then kind of where the blue line kind of starts to go behind the air cleaner will really be your final point for lift and brake. And you'll kind of roll into the corner. And like I said, I mean, I'm not looking at that spot per se when I'm driving. It's just a really good reference when you're going back and looking at your replays and you're like, all right, I'm in my cockpit. Where am I at? And it's a really easy way for you to tell. So when I bring this into the corner, my goal is going to be to bring this car down, and then I want to get my left sides as close as I can to this white line. So we bring it down. We get those left sides as close as we can to the white line. I roll a little bit higher just because the tour mod, I don't have the situational or the car vision like I do in a super late model. I don't know where I'm at in these cars as well. But you can see here nice and low here on the white line. And it's kind of deceiving because you see this tire here and you think you're a lot lower. But as you start to throttle up, this car is going to drive down just a tick more, and then you'll get here through center. So we saw that Kern County turn 2 went away. As we drive up off the corner, full throttle, right up tight here onto the backstretch. Just a little bit of space there. We go past this crossover gate, and that's where we start to turn in for the corner. You see how I go past that crossover, turn in. And we're going to bring it in. We'll lift kind of once we start to get to these dash lines. So right at this point, we're going to lift. They'll start to come into view. Lift. The black gets even here for the pit exit or back wall. And then we're going to brake into the corner. And we're just going to kind of let this car roll into the corner. And now at this point, we've released kind of when we're even with Kern County Raceway turn 3 here in the corner. Again, bring it down to the white line. And as you're bringing it down, you'll start to throttle up, which will help drive the car down and then get you a nice run up off the corner here to get you a nice, mine was a 16:7:20 lap time. I have no doubt here as the week goes on, guys are going to find faster lap times, but this is a track that we have not been to for a while. At least I haven't built a setup here for a while. So it should be a pretty good baseline set for us to start out. Here's a lap inside the car. And there you have a lap inside the car brought to you by our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They are an AMSOIL dealer. I use AMSOIL Briggs& and Stratton 4T oil in my daughter's go-kart. We'll be using it here in the late model when we get back out on track. So I definitely recommend them. There's a link in the description to their AMSOIL page. Every time you click on that link and they get paid, we also get paid, or I also get paid here on the channel. So it does a ton to help me out personally with that. So definitely head over to the AMSOIL page and pick some up for yourself. They've got a great little converter on the website where you can do your own oil changes. You just punch in your make, model, year, and it'll give you the exact oil and the filters that you need. So pretty cool. Back to video after that ad read. We looking at race trim, it's going to look pretty much the exact same as Qual. Little loose here, exit of 2 and exit of 4 if you've got a lot of wheel in. So that'll just be something that you want to watch for, is just straightening out that wheel a little bit here and driving up off the corner as best as you can. I think too, it's going to be one of those where you just really, really have to be ready and be aware of where you're at and how you're driving on this track. We we've not been here for a while, so passing I think is going to be a premium, just like the super late model. Entry of 1, entry to 3, and then when you come off the corners, if guys start to get sideways, you'll be able to get them exit of 2, exit of 4. That's what you want to avoid. Um, But it's just going to be one of those where you really have to be on your toes. You have to be in position to make passes. And this is a relatively long race for tours. It's a 70 lapper at Kern. So there's going to be plenty of cautions, plenty of opportunities for you guys to jump positions. But keep in mind, bottom side is king here. Pretty much everything that runs here. So you really have to learn to protect that bottom. Keep that car pinched down as long as you can and just get really good runs up off the corner to get them down along the straightaway. So if you guys are looking for short track setups, Team 53 short track package, $53 for the season. Get you the full season. Next season we'll throw in, this week's setups if you guys join, as well as ARCA and CFIX telemetry. So hopefully we see you guys there. You can join. Description below has a link to our website. Best of luck, and we will see you guys in the next video.